everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Since I did my video on getting my master's on fashion buying and management, a lot of you have actually sent me inbox messages asking me how to be a fashion buyer. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to be a fashion buyer. You can actually be a fashion buyer through education and internship. The other option is for you to be a fashion buyer by going exclusively on an internship. So what I've done is I've gone to Dublin Institute of Technology to get fashion buying and management as a program. Alright, it is a postgraduate program. I did a postgrad and I went also through internship to finish the degree. Alright? For example, if you started the course here now in 2018, you won't finish until May of 2019. So when I did it, it was 1 full year, but now it's almost like 15 or 16 months. So the duration now is longer. And I think they considered that because of the feedback my set gave, because it was so fast, it was so quick, it was rush. But now the course has been extended, so it gives you more time, more room to do project work and assignment. Having said that, I'm grateful that I went through the course in just 1 year. So here in Ireland, there are also other colleges doing something related, but as far as I know, the most reputable, most recognized one will be the one from DIT, which is recognized in different parts of the world. If you go to US, they know the course. In fact, a lot of employers actually are sorting after graduate of the course from DIT. So there are other colleges like Portobello College. They do something in buying, but not necessarily in level 9, which would be master's level. And there's also the Griffith College. They do something in the design. So you may want to research that further, all right? Those are the 3 colleges that I know. If you are an international student, that is, you're coming outside of Ireland to do this course, they also take on international students. For example, when I did mine, I had a girl from France and I had 2 girls from India. I believe there are a lot of colleges in London, United Kingdom, who do fashion buying and management. So they may be calling it something really different. You have to be aware of that also. One of my lecturers will fly from England every week to lecture in my college. So there are a lot of also schools in England who will take you through the same process. And it's something worth thinking about very well before you go on the course. When you hear fashion buying, a lot of people think, oh, it's all about the glitz, it's all about the glam. You talk about clothes, shoes, bags all day, every day. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It actually involves a lot of modules that it would never have thought would be linked to fashion buying. For example, you would have to do finance for non-finance managers. The modules are very helpful. It will help you also function in different areas of business. For example, public relations. I also did marketing. Marketing can make me function as a marketer in any fashion business or any other business. I did buying itself. It took me through supply chain, procurement, and distribution channels and all that. This experience are not going to go to waste. Other modules I did was analytics. It taught me how to process data. This is one of the skills Forbes actually researched, and in the near future, data analytics will be one of the skills on the forefront in the workforce that will be needed. So if you are able to acquire such a skill on a course like this, I think that is amazing. So I did so many other modules, international retailing. Also, the course involves international travel. So I went to Paris, I went to Donegal, 4 places in Donegal, Then some people went to Scotland, all right? So it's just for you to have that exposure, that awareness of what international fashion or international retailing is all about. Even when you travel, although it's fun, you'll be working. And these are the things you'll be doing in real life. When you eventually become a fashion buyer, you would have to do a lot of travel because you'll be sourcing trends, you'll be sourcing new designs, you'll be sourcing new suppliers. You'll be management, more or less. You'll be managing a lot of things in the buying offices, all right? So in the buying offices, you start as a trainee buyer. That's kind of like the entry level into the fashion buying world. Then you become the assistant buyer. That is like the next stage in the fashion buying world. Then you become the buyer. The buyer is like the senior person in the buying office. Also, as a buyer, you'll be working alongside merchandisers. They are the ones who do all the data for buying in the buying offices. When you get to the peak of your career, you become the controller. The controller is actually the overseer of everything that happens in the buying office. Then there's the buying director who oversees all the wings of buying. For example, there will be buyers for women's clothing, there will be buyer for children's clothing, there will be buyer for home wears, there will be buyer for men's fashion, there will be buyer for accessories. So the director is the one that oversees everything that goes on in the buying offices. All right, so those are some of the levels in the buying roles. Your day as a buyer is not just for you to come into work and sit down. So you are dealing with suppliers, you are attending meetings with suppliers. Some of them would come, a lot of them will come from abroad, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong. They will come from different parts of the world to meet with you. And because you are the buyer, you have a lot of role to play. You are responsible for sourcing items that are commercial, items that will make the business profit. So you have to understand trends that are coming forth. For example, this year now, you have to know the trends coming in for next year because you work actually ahead of time. So all the products can arrive on the shop floor on time so you can sell them. Also, you also have to be aware of how the clothes fit, measurement, understanding your customers. You have to have that eye for detail, you have to have that attention for detail because the ball really is in your court. You are buying for your business and you are being entrusted with a whole lot of money. So your day as a buyer will differ from what you have to do. Sometimes it may be crazy meetings all day. Sometimes it might just be sample collection. Sometimes it might just be fitting. Your fit model might come in and they'll try on all the clothes. It's different things every day, but most importantly, you have to take ownership of your work. You are responsible for your own work, especially for you to be able to maximize profit for your business, all right? I paid $11,750 for my course, but if you are maybe unemployed or you are just in a part-time job, you are eligible to grant, and the grant comes through a body called Suzy. Some of my classmates who got the grant actually got about $5,000 off the $11,750. So when you are in third level education, the body won't pay your full amount. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the grant because I and my family we have exceeded the threshold, so I paid $11,750. All right. If you are an international student, you pay up to 20,000 euros. I believe at the time of your application, you must have up to 20,000 euros in your account. So they will also be looking for details of how do you wish to accommodate yourself and how do you wish to feed yourself, to take care of yourself while you are here in Ireland. All right, they will consider that before giving you your visa to come for the course, to get on the course. So in my own case that I paid 11,750, what they did for me, they allowed me to pay 3 times. So I first paid 5,000 euros. So during the phase of the course, I paid another 2,750, then I paid the balance, all right? They are kind of flexible in the way you pay, so you don't have to worry or be panicking about how will I get all this money now. They are very flexible, they are very supportive, and they understand that some people may be having challenges paying, so they are very supportive. I have a course coordinator assigned to me. If there's any challenges or problems whatsoever, you go to them. Even if you are sick, you go to them and everything. Also, if you are there and you've gone to interview for your work placement and you don't get a place, they will hook you up somehow for you to be able to do your work placement, all right? So you don't have to panic or worry about it. Just bear in mind that it's a lot of work, you have to put in the work, all right? So if you want to go on internships strictly, I do know a company, a retailer like ASOS. They are one of the biggest now in the world and in the UK, really. So they take on people on internship fully. I think the internship is minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 4 years. During the process, you would have learned everything you need to know in the buying offices. Then you can then do like an assessment or test. Then you become a buyer, all right? So that is all I know about the internship. I know ASOS takes people on, so you can check their website and see, especially if you've been working in retail for a long time. I do know they take on people who want to actually change their career path, move from the shop floor into the buying office. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities in this role. I believe there are a lot of employers. If you want to travel, for example, H&M in Sweden, you can apply to that, especially if you are young and free, you want to travel. A lot of opportunities in Amsterdam, a lot of opportunities here in Ireland. Primark is one of the biggest employers for fashion buyers here in Ireland. Dunnes is also good, and they're expanding on their ranges and bringing in designer collections. Brown Thomas is also very great. If you are willing to travel, if you are willing to explore different things, it's something you can actually do. But would you get a job when you finish? Of course you would get a job when you finish the course. You can build a career path in that line for yourself if this is what you want to do. So there are a lot of opportunities now in buying. So, because obviously people will always wear clothes and someone has to create those lines. So I would always respond to your emails. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them for me in the comments section below, or you can send me an email, which I'll leave my email on the screen for you. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and help you in whichever way I can. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you found it helpful. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please feel free to share with your friends and family. It's all free. And if you know of someone who wants to be a fashion buyer, you can also share with them. They may find it helpful. So you can catch up with me on all my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook at MojanTouch. I'm on Instagram at MojanTouch. I'm also on Twitter at MojanTouch. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Right there. I love you for watching. I'll speak to you soon on my next video.